Should I forgive my dad? Posted on subreddit, FamilyDrama by Carbolad. A quick background. My parents had some issues, but they never affected my sister, S, and I while growing up. We felt loved and loved by our parents. My dad went to another county, the Philippines, for work while we stayed with our mom in the US. We were still in junior high at the time. I don't recall exactly when, but my dad cheated on my mom while he was in the BH. Which obviously devastated our family. Worst of all, we had no idea how long it had been going on, but we found out because the woman he cheated with was pregnant. We found out through our aunt. He didn't even have the balls to tell us himself. After that, we pretty much cut our ties with him and went on with our lives. S and I are now full-grown adults and have our own lives. My dad has a daughter and a son and is living with the woman he cheated with. He has contacted us a few times in the past but has never bothered to contact me personally. He has however asked about me when he would reach out to her. I would always dismiss it and never attempted to contact him. The last time he reached out to S was to ask to talk to our mom to get her to sign an agreement for him to sell our old house in the PH. Which my mom eventually signed to be done with him. During this time, S and I were at college. Their conversations got heated and he told S that if he ever gets rich we would not be entitled to his money. Which S and I were okay with. She was done with him and so was I. He ended up selling the house at a pretty high profit. And we went on with our lives not hearing from him. My mom, S, and I were doing fine. We weren't rich but we also weren't struggling financially. S and I both graduated college and found well-paying jobs right after. The situation. He recently lost a lot, if not all, of his money to a scam. He reached out to S to try and reconnect with her and was asking for help. S did not reply to him and basically ghosted him. That's when he reached out to me. This is the first time he has ever reached out personally, and I am furious that he is doing so because he needs money/help. I can't help but think that he only knows we exist when it's convenient for him. He is asking for my forgiveness, but it only really benefits himself. He didn't try to fix our relationship when he was prospering, but now that he's down he suddenly becomes our loving dad again. I don't know if I should forgive him and help or do nothing. I feel that asking for forgiveness should be done selflessly. It shouldn't be done when you are in need of money/help. Edit. This has been my first post since I joined Reddit and have just been a lurker in the past. I'm very thankful for the positive support. Here are some of the replies they got. In that fucking bitch said. Forgive him, but do that for you, not for him. Don't let your hatred for him live inside of you at all, BC that only ends up hurting you. However, that still doesn't mean you need to help him. That's a big hell no. He can deal with the mess he made with the help of his new family. He doesn't just get to demand help from the family he bailed on. He got what he wanted, now he has to live with the choices he made. Just remember that him not contacting you this whole time is a reflection of who he is and has nothing to do with how much of an awesome person you are. Which Carbolad the OP replied back. Thank you. I wouldn't say that I'm an awesome person, but I do appreciate and blush at your compliment, smiling face with hearts. I definitely need some therapy to be a better person lol. I did reply to him and was very harsh. I had built up a lot of anger and it just all came out. I will definitely keep my heart open if he wants to fix our relationship without needing anything from S and I, although, at this moment I'm not ready to forgive. Which in that fucking bitch replied. I would argue that you are an awesome person as long as you are a hardworking person who values people and doesn't intentionally hurt people. We're all too damn hard on ourselves, so if I have to be the one to hype you up, then I'll be a cheerleader, cheering megaphone, heart. Honey, we all need therapy at some point. Don't let that stop you from loving yourself while you work on improving yourself. You are already a better person than I am, BC you were considering forgiving and possibly helping the slug disgust as a human that is your father. That shows you have compassion even though he doesn't deserve it. My son, now 16, went through therapy for his dad cutting contact with him and bailing, and one of the main things the therapist drilled into his head was that he should never feel like he did something wrong, or that something was wrong with him that caused his dad to bail. Having a parent just stop contact like that with their child can cause all kinds of self-esteem issues as well as depression, anxiety, and anger issues. You have every right to be pissed off that he cheated and left. Hell, you have even more of a right to be angry that he never reached out to you before and now he's only doing it you see he's desperate and your sister is ghosting his ass. There is nothing wrong with feeling angry as long as you don't let that anger consume you. Just remember what Buddha says, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Then user Xstark Twisted XX said, just remember, you owe him nothing. Not your forgiveness, nor your help. He's a deadbeat loser, who tossed his family away. And obviously doesn't give a crap, until he wants something from you. In which, he's not just a deadbeat loser, he's a user as well. What do you have to say about this? Let us know.